What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. Alright guys, get right into it. You already know the vibes. You already know what type of time I'm on. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, well damn, subscribe to the channel. Also hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Don't forget to hit them likes. Now, let's get right into the madness. We know that this is the biggest game of the season right now. I know we take it one game at a time, but the Raiders are playing against the Chiefs. Obviously, the biggest game of the season right now. And a lot of people just keep hitting me up, asking me about what are our chances to beat the Chiefs. Like, can we beat the Chiefs? Are we going to beat the Chiefs? This is the year for this. This is the year for that. And, like, I'm just here to tell you, like, let's be real about it. Let's be real about the situation, okay? The Chiefs are almost clicking on all cylinders. The Chiefs look like they're on a mission this year. Patrick Mahomes is throwing for 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, only 2 picks, has a 108.4 rating right now. He's playing great football. We know Andy Reid is one of the best offensive minds in the history of football, and the Chiefs are just rolling right now. And when you look at the Raiders are struggling. The Raiders are not just struggling to play football. The Raiders are struggling to understand how football is supposed to be played under the new direction and tutelage of Josh McDaniels. I mean, Davante Adams said himself, trying to learn his playbook is like trying to learn Mandarin. He said it's actually the hardest playbook he's ever had to learn. So when you think about that and you think about Derek Carr struggling right now, I mean, Derek Carr is playing the worst football statistically that he's played since 2014. And that's just the truth of it. I'm a huge Derek Carr fan, but the numbers are the numbers and they don't really lie. Like, he's playing the worst football he's played since his rookie year in the NFL. And to me, that speaks more volume, that speaks loudly against the idea of or to the point of the playbook being really hard. And if the receivers think the playbook is hard, then it's obvious that there's going to be some miscommunication and some growing pains when you talk about receivers and quarterbacks trying to be on the same page. And I think that's where the Raiders are at right now. The Raiders are not just struggling on the field. They're struggling off the field. They're struggling between the ears to understand what exactly it is they're supposed to be doing at exactly the right times of a game. You know what I mean? That's why we haven't put together 4 quarters yet. So when you talk about Derek Carr is struggling. And, I mean, you talk about just over 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions with a QB rating in the 80s. I mean, it's not good right now. And for you to think that all that doesn't matter because we're playing the Chiefs and we're fans and we want the Raiders to do well, I mean, that's just not being realistic. The realistic idea is, the realistic answer is, do the Raiders have a chance to win this game? Yes, it's the NFL. On any given Sunday, anything can happen, right? The Raiders will have opportunities in this game, but at the end of the day, the realistic answer is, for the Raiders to win this game, Derek Carr has to play perfect football, or damn near close to it. Like, it's gonna have to be like that. To say the defense has to hold the Chiefs to 10 to 17 points is not realistic. Doesn't mean it can't happen. It's just not realistic to ask a defense to stop one of the most highly powered offensive in the NFL to say, only give them 17 points. They're going to have room for error there, okay? So in order for the Raiders to win, I think they have to score 30-plus points in this game. And the only way they're going to score 30-plus points is Derek Carr being very efficient, being very accurate, taking what the defense gives him, being able to stay a play ahead of the defense. I feel like that's when Derek Carr is at his best, when he's a few plays ahead of the defense. Right now, it seems like he's a few plays behind the defense. Seems like he's not getting the looks he wants. Seems like he's being a little confused at the line of scrimmage. He's not audibling them as much, meaning that he thinks he's in the right looks, but when post-snap, he's not in the right looks. So I think Derek Carr has a lot of pressure on this game. I don't know if that bodes well for the Raiders because Derek Carr doesn't seem to play great under the most amounts of pressure when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs just seem to have his number. Ever since we took that victory lap under Gruden, it just seems like the Chiefs have been just beating the hell out of us. It's that big brother syndrome, and at the end of the day, the little brother has to put a little weight on, has to get in the weight room, and really be able to just punish the big brother at some point. And I don't know if that's going to happen this week. Yes, we have a chance to win. The chances are slim, but if the Raiders do what they're capable of doing, then yes, because Davante Adams is still the best wide receiver that's going to be on the field. You know what I mean? Josh Jacobs showed that he can run the ball effectively if you give him the opportunities, right? The offensive line has been playing decent. The defense has been playing well enough to keep us in games, but we cannot afford to go down 24 points in the first half like we did against the Titans. We cannot afford to give up 20 unanswered points like we did in the second half against the Cardinals. If we get opportunities, we have to make the most of them. And right now, the Raiders have not been very opportunistic as a whole. Sometimes the offense has been, sometimes the defense has been, but as a whole, we're not playing great complementary football for 4 quarters, okay? Now, Against the Broncos, yes, it looked good. We scored 32 points. The defense got a touchdown. But let's be real, the Broncos are dog shit. Like, let's just be honest about it, right? The Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos are not the same. With that being said, I think this might be a closer game than people think. If the Raiders can do what they're supposed to do, they have to take care of the ball. They have to run the ball. They have to keep the defense off the field. They have to put up touchdowns and not field goals. And since they haven't done that yet, I think it would be irresponsible to just say the Raiders are going to go out there and smoke the Chiefs, because we haven't shown that we can do that yet. So yes, as a fan, yes, the Raiders can win this game. As a fan, yes, the Raiders can smoke the Chiefs. But as somebody who's thinking logically, we haven't put on film the type of things we need to put on film to see that the Raiders can actually do that. Now, I'm hoping for the best. I'm preparing for the worst. I think if you ask me right now on a Wednesday, I think this is a 2-possession game in favor of the Chiefs. By the time we play, it could be different. And obviously, look, I want to be wrong, but I just feel like this is going to be a tough matchup for the Raiders where we are right now with trying to learn the system offensively. It's not defensively right now. The defense could give up 24 points and we still can win. The defense could give up 30 points and we still can win if the offense does what it needs to do, and that's put up touchdowns, because we have opportunities to score touchdowns. We just haven't been doing it, and that's all on the shoulders of Derek Carr and Josh McDaniels. We have to find a way to get the job done. So get down in the comments and let me know what you think. Do the Raiders have a chance in this game, yes or no? And it's okay if you say no. It doesn't make you less of a fan. It's just showing that you can be objective. And when you look at what we put on tape so far, it is going to be a tough ask for the Raiders to go out there and beat the Chiefs this weekend in prime time. I'm hoping they can get it done. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think. If you like the video, like the video. If you like the content on the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. And until the next time, as always, Raider Honcho out.